So another prediction that he makes, as E-Man makes, is about Brexit. Theresa May will not get her fake Brexit bill through the Commons. Instead, there will be a second referendum later in the year so the Brits can vote correctly this time. The original deadline will be suspended pending the outcome of the new referendum, which will be rigged to make sure the Remain side wins. Theresa May's government will fall and new elections will be held. All concerned will accept a Tory defeat as the price that must be paid in order to defend British democracy. You see this tendency on a lot of people on the right to tell this kind of story in a kind of gleeful way. I suppose in the same way that some people like to cut themselves with knives or burn themselves with cigarettes. And there's certain assumptions. All this could happen, but there's certain assumptions there. Oh, it's going to be rigged to make sure the right side won. It was rigged the last time, and the right side lost. It was rigged as much as it could be possibly rigged, and it still lost. Now, and there's the idea that, oh, yeah, we're going to have a second referendum. Well, no. I would argue that, yeah, if they go to a second referendum, this is an indication that perhaps the fix is in. But why would they need a second referendum? What has changed in the interim? I suppose all that's changed is Theresa May has determined that she's not going to negotiate seriously for a Brexit deal. And I think it was our friend Tim Newman who was saying that, oh, yes, all the terrible things that are going to happen if Britain actually leaves. And he said, they're going to be mentioning cannibalism next. It's also terribly absurd. One more thing about this. Of all of the Western countries, certainly those in the Anglosphere, Britain is the one closest to dissolution. The devolution of society in Britain has been absolutely shocking. And Britain is becoming post-civilizational. And, if anyone asks me, which is the first country where there's going to be a revolution or military coup or some such, I would say Britain. But I also don't believe that Great Britain is going to exist for much longer. This talk about a backstop for Brexit. Oh, so England is going to wreck its financial future because of Northern Ireland? Ha ha. Maybe this is the revenge for the Orangemen and their sedition in 1912 when they killed Irish Home Rule. But Scotland is a millstone around England's neck. And Scotland just loves the EU. I just think that Great Britain is going to collapse. And, in terms of the union, I really think, if I found out, in 2 years' time that the union was breaking up and that England was going to be a sovereign nation again, I wouldn't be surprised. I suppose the only question is what will happen to Wales. But Wales has been pretty much an appendage of England for, a millennium. So I think Wales is going to stick with England.